Right, everybody, welcome in. I just wanted to do an energy update today. I will be doing the June readings next week for each zodiac sign. I've done the mid-May readings, so if you want to check those out, you can. There's a playlist right here or in the description box, whatever my editor decides to do. Okay, so let's see where we're going. I am getting a lot of requests for the Wisdom of the Tarot. If you want to learn to read tarot from me, you can. There's a link below. Jump on that. All right, let's see what wants to come in. The energy right now, we have Jupiter moving into Gemini over this weekend, and that is a huge deal. One of the biggest things happening this year. I'm also going to be doing a video about Mars. So check that out. And let's see, let's focus on Gemini though right now, on Jupiter into Gemini. So let's see what the energy wants to show up for you, how it wants to show up for you. All right, surrendering to the journey. There is something about releasing control right now. And I am feeling that personally. I'm also feeling that collectively, that there's something that's just like, right? There's just this feeling of, it's got to look the way I want it to look or something like that. So I just want you to be aware that if you're trying to control something, give yourself a break, step back from it, release control, surrender. Very Hanged Man energy. Okay. Embracing enthusiasm. Go out, have some fun, enjoy yourself. Crossing bridges, a time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. I feel like some of you are moving from one way of being in relationship to a certain person into another way of being in relationship. So this could mean that somebody is leaving your life. Somebody is changing roles in your life. Could be going from a friend to a lover, going from a business partner to a marriage partner, or vice versa, or both, going from a friend into being a marriage partner or something like that. Yo, yeah, look at this. Something about business partnership. Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Some of you need to add a dash more fun. Okay. And boy, yes, sirree. Some of you need to enjoy yourself. Go out and go dancing. Do something physical that brings you joy. All right. Do something physical that brings you joy. So let's see where we're going here. What wants to come through? Jupiter moving into Gemini. So I'll talk a little bit more about Jupiter here. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It is the planet of abundance. All right. It is that. I get the Knight of Pentacles underneath here. So some of you could be really feeling like success has been a long slog. All right. Or that it has to look a certain way. It can't be an overnight success, or it has to be an overnight success, or something like that. So there's a release of control, a stepping into joy, a stepping into lightheartedness, a stepping into taking yourself less seriously. Okay, right? Stepping into that. Yeah. Underneath is the Queen of Wands, this Nine of Pentacles energy, the World. Wow. The Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups. Beware. I mean, not beware. Be aware of what you're thinking about or how you're thinking about something. I have noticed that when things don't line up or look the way I want them to look, I automatically put a story to it. Like, oh, well, that's not going to happen. Gemini is all about story, the stories we tell ourselves, and the stories we tell ourselves expand. So do yourself a favor and pay attention to how you're talking about things. Are you giving them fuel, or are you snuffing them out in order not to feel disappointed or something? That's a very, very common thing that happens when you're manifesting, is that you don't see it showing up in the timeline that you have in your head, or you don't see it at all. You're kind of then fading back into self-doubt and everything like that. No, this is about aligning with your internal story and what you're telling yourself. That is the key. All right. That is the key to manifesting. If you are not aligned with who you truly are becoming, you don't have to fall back into those old stories that have put you on a path to maybe what you don't want, right? So we're going on this path to infinite abundance with Jupiter and Gemini. There is something about Gemini is about communication. Gemini can also be about curiosity and details and going down rabbit holes and like learning new stuff. Jupiter is that expansion, that adventure, that, really stepping into optimism and feeling joy, feeling enthusiasm around whatever is showing up. Like, okay, this is cool. This is interesting. This is a lesson. This is something I'm really going to work with. What a cool thing, start to look, because of Jupiter being optimistic. Look on that side and speak. Tell yourself the stories of optimism. Now, for those of you who are like, that is fantasy. I talked about that yesterday in one of the readings or the morning message today, that there's a difference between escapism and actually being at peace with where you are and seeing what can happen from where you are. So I'm going to, maybe this is a follow-on reading to that. I feel like that might be the morning message today. If you haven't seen it, you might want to check that out. I talk a lot about abundance and manifesting. And there's just something about being at peace, not fighting yourself, being like, yep, this is who I am. And from a place of like, look at you, right? Like, give yourself a break. Okay. You're on this planet. You have opportunities. You have the capability of bringing in more opportunity when you go to yourself like, hey, this is who I am. I am an expansive spiritual being. I am here to align with my mission and purpose. I'm here to bring joy. I'm here to receive joy. I'm here to bring love. I'm here to receive love. Like, all of those things are true for every single one of you. Okay. If you are aligning with spiritual path, if you're watching tarot readings, interested in astrology, interested in spiritual topics, interested in expansion, you're aligning with Jupiter. And there is something here that says, yes, are there people on this planet who are not here for that kind of life? Yep. They have a different spiritual path. It's like none of my business what's going on with them. And when you come across them, they could have been in your family. They could have been people who have been friends or colleagues or bosses or something. You know it when you come across one of those people. And it's possible that just your presence, your light is there to show them, hey, there's something else. There's something else out here. Right? And it may be fleeting. It may just be, you don't even have to be aware of what your purpose is with another person. They may not know for years until after the relationship has long since moved on. You've long since moved on. It's kind of above our pay grade. Our job is not to pay attention to what lessons other people are learning. Okay? So this is, in my mind here with this Ace of Pentacles and this Nine of Cups, like, what story are you telling yourself? What manifestations are you allowing yourself to believe are possible for you? A lot of people don't believe that abundance is possible for them. And I'm betting you that there's a certain percentage of you watching who may harbor that feeling. But I got to tell you, like, I am living proof. I am living proof that I have been divinely guided. I have been open to abundance. I have been fallen down wells. I have collapsed at certain times. I have hit rock bottom. I have done all that. That may happen again. Okay. Like, that's what it is. That's what it is to be human. This is not some kind of like cosmic joke or some kind of like being punished for anything. That's too self-important even. That's too much like, look at me. Okay, a little bit. So whatever. it's really time to align with your, I talked about the universal heart, the cosmic heart this morning. I talked about how this is something that we're all plugging into. I talked about the masculine and feminine energies, not gender. Okay. I talked about all of that. And it makes sense to me. Ace of Swords. When Ace of Swords shows up, whatever I just was talking about has truth signature to it. So this Ace of Swords is talking about plugging yourself into the universal heart, believing on some cellular level that you have the expansionist capability, that you have the ability to manifest in this life what you're here to do. You do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here to do it. Right? You're here for a mission. You're here for a purpose. Ace of Swords. Hanged Man. Very much like what I was just talking about. Seven of Wands. Knight of Wands. Four of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. I feel like some of you are connected to other people and you're holding yourself back because of what you think other people are capable of or not capable of, or they're not moving along as fast as you wanted them to. It's like time to release control. I get the Hanged Man too here. Time to surrender and cross the bridge. Move toward infinite abundance. Don't hold yourself back because of stories that you've been telling yourself, stories that you were told as a child, stories about who you think you can be. Don't hold yourself back here. Okay, it's Jupiter in Gemini, exploration, adventure, the Fool, Emperor, Six of Cups. Lots of nostalgia here, there can be a sense of a little bit of sadness of leaving, maybe leaving people behind who aren't, I don't even want to say picking up the mantle of change, but they're not even really believing that they can. And I just don't think that's aligning here with what I'm getting for your energy. Over the next 4 weeks, we've got the Four of Wands in the timing position in this reading. There is going to be a rather unexpected lurch forward, like moving. So Jupiter moving into Gemini is happening on the 25th of May, which is right as I'm doing. So this is like Jupiter Eve, right? So right as that is happening, there's aha moments. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. This is Sagittarius here. It is also the opposite energy of Gemini. So there's a sense, both of those signs, and I've talked about that this week. We've had a big week with that Sagittarius full moon too. So that energy of truth. There's something about truth this week. And it's not about being told what you are allowed to believe. It's about you going inward, you seeing your own divinity, you embracing that. And however that happens, it could happen because you feel stuck and don't know what else to do. It could happen because you start putting up good boundaries and people start leaving your life. Guess what? That's healthy. I know it's hard sometimes when we have family members leaving our lives, or we have spouses leaving our lives, or something like that. Some of you could even be stuck because you don't want that to happen. And Jupiter in Gemini is saying, hey, I have an invitation for you to step up, to step into your power, right? This is a closing and an opening into that Ace of Pentacles and this Nine of Cups, are really stepping into your power. This is a new beginning. And that's Aries energy too, this Fool energy about taking a leap forward with power, with determination, with grit, with desire, with passion, fire signs here. So look at this, the Four of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Ironically enough, because look at this is the middle line here, which is intuitively, this is about what is going on right now. The top line to me in this reading is about where you are starting from. This is where you're going. So there's a sense of this whole feeling here. Even this last line is feeling to me about starting to learn, not only learn the lessons, because I feel like you guys have learned, we've talked about this for a few years, we have, starting to put it into practice. because this energy is the Emperor. This is Aries energy. This is about taking steps and physical moves, emboldening yourself to take power and releasing any stories, Gemini, that are not supportive of that. So you're stepping into this 10 of Pentacles. That's infinite abundance. The 6 of Cups feels to me a little bit like a person or a desire that you've had coming around again, something coming around again. It can be an opportunity. Hermit, Queen of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Oh yeah, something coming around that is now available to you, now empowered. You are empowered to seize the day. Carpe diem, right? You are empowered to seize the day. You have more wisdom. You have more clarity. There was something here that may have been unclear, a little fuzzy, or a little out of sync in terms of the timeline. And you may have felt like, oh, well, that means it's not going to happen. There's a timeline here that had some kind of hiccup. Why is that? Timeline that had some kind of hiccup. 2 of Cups. 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. World. All right, sorry, Wheel. That is the King of Wands. All right, I like this action energy here. I feel like some of you have had to work on patterns in love, patterns in business, patterns in how you relate to other people, relationships that are healthy for you, relationships that are not. This is the cul-de-sac that some of you have been in, and it's not, maybe some of you have been a little upset that you're in that cul-de-sac, but it's not without its purpose. It's like you can't drag those old patterns into this new life. So you had to make sure that those patterns were closed for you, were healed for you. Some of them about boundaries, some of them about optimism, some of them about releasing control, some of them about allowing things to unfold naturally. Some of them could be about what you think you deserve. Okay? This is Jupiter moving into Gemini, May 25th. I'm going to continue with this reading. I will go deeper. I will pull cards for each zodiac sign. So if you want to get a sense of your own personal, how you plug into this, that's what we're going to do. All right. Link is below. I will see you over there if you want to continue on. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.